it's time for more Playa tips! Okay, so after the first video, a lot of people wrote me a bunch of the things that, not only tips that I forgot about, but some of them were tips that I had told them, that they told back to me. One great one is, on your way to the playa, after you leave Reno, start pounding water. Plan on drinking a gallon of water your first day, because you're gonna think, I'm not that thirsty, I don't need it. I'd say probably 30 to 40% of first-year people I know end up having a pounding headache during their first 24 hours because they're so excited. They think, yeah, I'm drinking water, sip, sip, sip. No, you need to guzzle. You need to be bloated. You need to have your be like so that you feel like you're up to here with water. You're just forcing it. Otherwise, drink. All right. You're gonna buy ice out there. What you're gonna buy the ice. You're gonna want to just dump it in the cooler. Oh, hold on. Dump your ice into plastic Ziploc baggies. So you know your full bag of party ice turns into like 4 freezer bags of ice. That way, one, it doesn't get all gross in your cooler. You're gonna think, oh, it's all clean stuff to begin with. Yeah, but like week-old peaches and stuff, and like the little pieces of your broccoli all gets mixed in there, and like a little bit of like the wet stuff off your lunch meats. It all becomes like this stew, and then that water is gross. But if you put it in Ziplocs, then as it melts, you've got baggies of ice water that then you can add some Gatorade to powder, or just drink it like that. Cold water it's like a gift from God. I think God calls it snow. Other tips. Ooh, Tawny said put a tennis ball on your kickstand. That's an awesome one. I've never done it, but I'm gonna try it this year because you set your bike down, you put the kickstand down, and it sinks into the sand, right? Another great idea. Before you leave, take an outfit, like a pair of jeans, a shirt, clean clothes outfit, and put it in Ziploc bags. Seal it and leave it in your car. That way when you leave the playa, you're not going to realize how fucking dusty everything is until you're on your way home and you're like, either you stop at Reno for a shower or something, and you realize everything is like, your face is going to already let people know that you're from the playa, but it's nice to have a clean outfit to walk into a gas station or something so they don't immediately put you in the category of don't give him the restroom key. There's a zillion things to learn, there's a zillion things to do. You're never gonna get it all right. That's why it's fun, that's why it's an adventure. If everything was easy, it wouldn't be an adventure, it would be a vacation. This is not a vacation, it is an adventure. So, have a blast, jot down notes as you're there and you think of things, oh, next year I should blank. And then email me and we'll make it part of it next year.
Oh. Hi everybody. John's doing this little series and it's about, playa tips, and it's been my 8th year out there, and so I decided I wanted to give you guys the best tip that I learned. Now, for those of you that are new, sweet, enjoy it. You're going to have a great time. But for those of you that have gone, many times before and know, right on. But we all know that there's a problem with irregularity. I, for one, have some issues, and when it gets that dusty and dry and you're dealing with porta potties. So I came up with this thing called the bathroom bag. So when the urge comes, you don't miss it, trying to find all the stuff you need. So you put everything in a nice little bag, and then when it's time to go, you just grab your bag, bike to the porta potties, and you got everything you need. In the bag, the first thing, obviously most important thing, camping TP. Make sure it's the camping stuff. Okay, read the Burning Man Survival Guide. Okay. Baggies, all right, to hold like, wet naps and Clorox wipes when you wipe the seat, because you don't put any of that stuff in the potty. And it's great because you can get the seat really clean and then just shove it in the bag, right? If you know you're going to spend some time in there, an incense, just kind of hanging out with the incense in the room. Make sure you don't forget fire, and my head thing just fell off. Fire. And last but not least, hand sanitizer. Everything you need, all in your bag. Have a nice burn!
You only live once. Enjoy the color.